票首选他独家，与你分享明日之星的走红传奇，轻松踏上每一段心路历程。潮流大不同，现在皮卡出头天喽！
It's really close to McLuhan's understanding of the common sense that he claims that he gets from Aquinas. So Aquinas reminds us that all sensible qualities are related by a power which has long been called common sense. This intellectual power is that by which every sense experience is simultaneously translated into all the other senses, presenting us with a unified sensory experience, which is consciousness. Consciousness is thus the act of making sense, and the material change affects the sensible quality as well as the one sensing. And so that's going into Take Today, McLuhan and Nevitt. So you've got McLuhan saying, well, like the imagination, the common sense, consciousness are all pretty much the same thing. Yeah, fair?
Imagination, the common sense, and consciousness are all the same thing.
Or they're all bound up in this idea of this power or faculty that simultaneously translates senses into other senses and presents us with a unified sensory experience, which is...
Well, maybe you would add tactility. You would add tactility there.
Yeah. So it's this tactile interplay is at the root of this imagination, common sense, consciousness.
I agree.
Okay.
Now that sounds pretty molecular. When you're dealing with the nano sensus communis and the nano tactility and the nano consciousness, that's what we're up against. And Croker does begin to talk about that. You know what I mean? He definitely covers the nanobite world of ourselves.
One of the things that I'm grappling with at the moment is that that interplay. What happens then when, if I can quote sort of McLuhan and Powers, another one, that what may emerge as the most important insight of the 21st century is that man was not designed to live at the speed of light without the countervailing balance of natural and physical laws, blah, blah, blah. Page 97 of the McLuhan and Powers book in 1989. You've got a situation there where he seems to be talking about being involved in this internet web situation where it is the environments themselves that are actually, as you say, or I've said elsewhere, are mining consciousness. The environments themselves are acting in this hyper-tactile way, and what seems to be the case is that human consciousness or human imagination then flips into a state of fantasy that goes too far.
Okay, good statements there, very useful. So I'm thinking that McLuhan implied there was a post-tactility coming up in his 1974 article, Media Approach to Inflation, New York Times op-ed in 1974, September. So, September 21st, I'll say since I remember it. This nano is post-tactility. The limitation of talking about imagination, consciousness, tactility, common sense is too molecular, too stretched out. The thing is, people don't require tactile intervalness anymore. They only put on the tactile connectivity in a nano community. They tend to connect. You can look, when you see young people worry about their careers, it's more important about what they're going to have, where they see where they're going to work or have a role, than their chemical body relationships or even maybe their chip body relationship. It's the yearning for, it's the feeling that connecting with something is a disservice. And I'm saying this connecting is what we meant by imagination, tactility and common sense. That tactile interplay is connect, disconnect, but there's an ongoing shared space. With nano hypertactility, it's not, what's a hypertactility? Tactility becomes, hypertactility becomes the art form. Because you are really in a uncharted, disappeared, no need to connect situation. See, that was the hype of the web, that it connected everybody, but it actually was trying to retrieve disconnection as an art form.
Yeah.
really, the internet disconnects people. And so it's better to have disconnect. Or no, disconnect is good enough if you're living in a world of not connected. Because there's no time and it's too huge to connect. That, I'm getting at something here. You see what I'm saying? That those themes that Marshall's talking about do not apply to where we are now. They are...
Now about time to do it in. Alright.
It's nice coming home to a clean room, huh?
Not really when there's a bunch of people making noise when you're trying to videotape.